You're more my rebel now. You're more my rebel now. Oh, 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 welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and 10 pants last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With the laugh and the cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise the lows and sideline jokes to post-match tales. All big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our skies. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the joys. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy, how's everybody doing? Welcome back for the final game of tonight's triple header. Super Rugby action, Queensland Reds versus the Western Force over there in the West. Force are the home team here. I love how the jerseys are so tight now that all the players have to have assistance in getting their jerseys on. That only happened once to me. Back in my playing days, only once did I need assistance getting a jersey on, and that was because I wasn't expected to play that week, so I didn't bring my gear. Ended up having to kit up, so I borrowed somebody's jersey, and therefore it was a couple of sizes too small for me. I needed help getting that one on and off. Outside of that, it's all that tight-fitting stuff that they have these days. Didn't used to have that. PSG, ahoy, mate. Welcome along. I've gone all out in a same-game multi for this one. We were so close last game. We were nowhere near it in game number one. Fingers crossed that we can get on the board. 4 legs I've gone for. Dalgunu, Harry Potter, Pisano, and Harry Wilson. 4 legs. Expecting a lot of tries. and a close contest in this one. Dan Jam, ahoy, mate. Were the Blues called out for cheating? Not as such. I mean, not directly, but yes, basically. Yeah, there was just a little bit of an issue with the interchange. They tried to bring Finley Christie back onto the field. Now, what I don't really understand necessarily is Finley Christie was allowed to come back onto the field if it were a HIA. But because it was deemed not to be a legitimate HIA, so that's what happened. The Blues would try to bring a player off the field for HIA. The independent doctor got involved and said, hang on, I don't think that this is a legitimate HIA. Let's have a closer look. But I don't understand if it's a legitimate HIA and there's another available substitute, why doesn't it just stay that way anyway? Do you know what I mean? Like, why was Finley Christie allowed to come back onto the field if it were a HIA, but because it wasn't? Like, if there's an available player to interchange, do you see what I'm trying to say? I don't know if I'm making myself necessarily clear, but it just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I mean, I understand from the viewpoint of HIA is an unforced change, therefore you can bring somebody back. You shouldn't have to use the fresh legs, and that's probably all there is to it. PSG says big champ trophy game today. Oh, yes, South Africa, right? Assuming that it doesn't rain. Because apparently it never rains there. Except for when there's cricket on. And then you just can't stop the rain. Oh, yes, England versus South Africa. Match starting in half an hour. Maybe. Depending on the rain. England need to win by 213 or something like that for Afghanistan to qualify. There you go. England are already out. Yes. I'm pretty sure England are already done and dusted, but Afghanistan are still a chance. I would say it's very unlikely, though. What is that? By the way, check this out. Just in case this is needed tomorrow, we have a brand new secondary microphone and a proper firm microphone stand there for the second microphone. So there we go. Studio is all set up and ready to roll for NRL Vegas. Brand new microphone stand. All ready to roll to kick off the NRL season. Ollie is the best. Ahoy! Who's shouting a party, Luke or Finn? Trick question. Both of them. All right. Dan Jam says, the lovely Michelle going to be there? Question mark. Yes, apparently so. Can't miss the first round of NRL action. And I'm sure she will also be very impressed to be described as lovely from the YouTube chat room, which is very unusual indeed. Western Force out onto the field. I still can't handle Nick White in a Western Force jersey. Crazy, crazy scenes. Eli is shouting me a party tonight. Very nice. You know, I actually have to make it to one of these parties. Speaking of parties, we are actually having a live in-person Waste to Water Sports party coming up in May. But it's in Queensland. So that's of little use to those of you outside Queensland. But it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Live from a venue calling a Broncos game. Good lot of fun. More details about that once they're all locked in. We're still in the early phases. Kickoff about to get underway here. Reds versus the Force. And we have got 4 legs in this one. The Reds with the kickoff. And they've put it out on the full. Well, a shocking start here for the visitors. The Queensland Reds put it out on the full from the kickoff. Back to halfway. Western Force ball. Tate McDermott. Hang your head in shame, sir. So 4 legs for this one. Dungunu, anytime try. Harry Potter, anytime try. Tizano, anytime try. And Harry Wilson, anytime try. Mr. Ed's dead. Ahoy, mates. How are you, buddy? One of our American mates, NRL, over in Vegas this weekend. We'll be starting bright and early tomorrow morning. 10 a.m. our time. I wonder what time that is in Las Vegas. As Nick Berry says, play on in the Force. Stretch it wide early. Down that right-hand edge. Good attack. And Greeley plants it back. 40 metres out from the line here. Nick White looking for options. Donaldson pops the pass up. And Pearce carries forward. The Reds look to counter-ruck. But it's still there for the Force. Donaldson again. Out the back to Harry Potter. And Potter takes it 35 out. A minute and a half in. 5 p.m. There you go, Mr. Ed's dead. 5 p.m. in Las Vegas. Streams will be getting underway tomorrow. As the Force with good field position here. And they've turned it over. The Reds break away. Dungunu down the sideline, takes it up over halfway. Goes to ground. McDermott is swamped by the Force defenders. Reed Nichols, ahoy, mate. Sunday Rugby NRL tomorrow, yes. Thumbs up. The Reds have the ball just inside Force territory. Tate McDermott at the back. The box kick. Taken by Donaldson. Rocked backwards in the tackle. Dungunu timed it perfectly. But the Force in possession inside their own half. Nick White has it at the back of the ruck. Look for the box kick here. Sets it up and clears. Lots of height. Knocked backwards off Dungunu. And the Reds back in possession, 40 out from their own line. McDermott onto Nongor. Liner feeds it on for Ryan Smith. Back it goes now for Liner to clear a high ball. The Reds chase through in a solid line. Contestable kick, and it falls for them. The Reds in possession. McDermott snipes around the ruck. Gets the ball back for Liner. Through the hands they go. Nonga again. I love some of the names in this game are fantastic. You've got Harry Potter and we've got Zane Nonga. Big charge forward here, the Reds. 30 metres out, the ball's out. No, it's not. Well, it was surely out. Penalty goes to the Reds and the opportunity for first points. But we know what's going to happen. They're going to put it into the corner and go for the try. That's what's going to happen. Yes, Mr. Ed's dead. The NRL are over in Las Vegas once again this year. And we'll be covering the games. Well, I'll be covering the Super League, the Warriors versus Raiders, and the Sharks versus Panthers. That'll be a very early start for me, but I think like a normal time for you guys over there. Throw into the line out. Knocked on by the Reds, knocked on by the Force, double knock on. Scrum feed for the Force. Five minutes gone, no score in this one. And a scrum down for the Force inside their own 22. A big weight advantage for the Reds at scrum time. Can they make that count? Sets. And White delays the feed. And we have a scrum reset. First scrum of the night, down it goes. Yeah, you're not exactly normal. It's almost 3 a.m. for you now. Yeah, right, because over in America, right, there's all different time zones as well, isn't there? Like, there's the East Coast and the West Coast. And it's all different too, isn't it? So basically, the last game for us tomorrow will be starting 5 hours ago, if that makes sense. So that's when the very last game starts. So what would that be? That'd be like 10 o'clock at night for you. Connor Crowley, ahoy, mates. This match started 7 minutes ago. Liner. Out the back to nobody. Liner picks up his own pass. Passed it to himself. Creeping forward here, the Reds, 40 out from the Force line. Inside ball for Wilson. Wilson fends off one. He's got support inside. The no-look pass goes to ground. Harry Wilson, put the head down and go on your own, son. I've got you anytime try scorer. And the Force back to Greeley to clear. A huge let-off there for the Force. A clean line break for Harry Wilson. Go on your own, big fella. Seven and a half gone, no score. And leaving the field, one of the Reds players. Oh, no, that's Dungunu. Jeez, I hope that didn't seem like anything serious, but hopefully it's not. Otherwise, there goes my multi. The Reds win the line-out throw. Short ball. Wilson to Fluke. Fluke carries strong. 25 out. Bumping off the tackle. Tim Ryan on the field for Dungunu. The Force. Get in and spoil. McDermott. Dummies. Flick pass back now for Murray. Murray dances around in midfield. And well wrapped up here. The Force defending well. McDermott down the short side. Fessler. Back towards the ruck. And Ryan Smith now carries up the middle. 25 metres out. Liner to Fluke. Short ball spilt. And the Western Force are in possession. Greeley looks to counter-attack now. The Force break away down the short side. Donaldson kicks in field. Inside the 22, the Reds have it. And a counter-attack on here for Murray. A little bit ambitious, but he's done well to maintain possession here for the Reds. McDermott sends it out to Seru Uru. And now firing it back inside the 22 for Liner. A low flat kick on the bounce, taken to the back by Nick White. Fires it in midfield to Harry Potter. And Potter goes to ground, 40 metres out from the Reds line. Force on the attack. Donaldson on the wraparound. Links up with the champion. And straight forward, Princep. Donaldson now through the hands outright. Numbers for the Force. Harry Potter onto Greeley. Greeley kicks in over the top, needs the bounce, and it sits up in the end goal. Liner grounds it. A goal line dropout incoming. Great attack here from the Force. Ten minutes gone, no score. Mr. Ed's dead. 9 time zones, you say? Jeez. That's too many. I mean, I suppose we've got a few here as well, but Princep charges forward here from the goal line restart. Force in possession. Donaldson with the cutout pass. Hits the chest of Pasatoa. 22 metres out. The Force. Great go forward here. Penalty advantage now to the Force. Looking for first points. Nick White holds onto it in the ruck. Now releases. Tizano. Gets up and goes again. Tizano. He wasn't held. White back over in front of the post to Princep. 10 metres out. White scoots away from the back of the ruck. 6 phases. Robertson. Strong carry up the middle. Quick ruck ball. And here goes Pierce. 5 out. Pick and go is the option. A metre short now, the Force. Driving under and over the line. Are they? No, they're back. A metre short from the line. Penalty advantage. And the penalty is given as Nick Dolly dives over the line. They might have wanted advantage to be played there, the Force. Referee Berry has called the penalty, though. 5 metres out, just to the left of posts. The gift 3, but they're going to go for the corner here. Donaldson. Will push this into touch. And the Western Force, they are the real deal in 2025, aren't they? Absolutely the real deal. Five-metre line out, attacking one here for the Force. They go to the middle, uncontested, rolling maul set. That's once. They're still 5 metres out. Somebody's lost their pants. That's Pierce. Now they spread it wide. Donaldson onto Peach. Pops the pass to Pasatoa. 2 metres out. Numbers out to the right here. The Force, they must score. Greeley goes close. Half a metre out. They pick and go. Peach. So close here, the Western Force. Crash ball for Robertson. Oh, they must be millimetres close here. White digs the ball out. And they charge over the line here, the Force. They're over. Is it held up? The ball is going backwards. Still in play for the Force. Now, Nick Berry slips over. He's getting in to try and have a look here. The ball is held up. They're going to have a look. Some impressive goal line defense from the Queensland Reds. It doesn't seem like either of the officials got a good sight on that. Nick Berry slips over. He's following that along. It looks like it's up off the ground there. It's going to be very hard to find anything to overturn this. Gone up as no try. Fake Slim Shady. Ahoy, mate. How are we? Absolutely fake Slim Shady doing the Vegas games tomorrow. No try. It's going to be called held up. But penalty advantage being played. James, D's nuts. Ahoy there. Thirteen and a half gone. No score. UFC's created so many bloody he keeps trying to confuse me with these fake accounts of James. So I never know when the real James is actually here. Five-meter line-out throw here for the Force. To the middle. Just brought down by Darcy Swain. But that has collapsed them all. 5 meters out. Big defense from the Reds. Driving forward here, the Force. Wayne pops the pass out. 5 meters out. Pisano with the pick and go. The defense of the Reds. Solid in and around the ruck. Still 5 out, 6 phases now. The Force drive forward just to the right of the uprights. Robertson, penalty advantage now, a meter short. Pisano tries to drive over. Is he over the line here, Pisano? They'll come back for the penalty here. If the ball's not planted back, it is back. Still on here for the Force. White's got it at the back of the ruck. Fires out now for Donaldson. Kicking crossfield, and up there, Gazali. The ball is taken, but still half a meter short. Donaldson picks it up and tries to burrow under. Oh, they've got to be close here. The defense of the Reds has been immaculate. Try's been awarded. Is it Tizano? Please tell me it's Tizano. It is Carlo Tizano, and a tick off the multi. Nice and early. The Western Force get the first try. And Tizano coming through with the goods. Try time again for Carlo Tizano. He is an absolute godsend at the moment for same game multis. And the Force, the home side, in the lead. Conversion is successful. And the Force lead, 7 points to 0. Carlo Tizano, a tick off the multi. Fantasy rugby points as well. Turning this into a very good round after all in Super Rugby Fantasy. The Reds get us back underway. And Nick White takes the kickoff, clears immediately. Not a lot of distance on that kick at all. And the Reds will have the line-out throw about 35 out. Reds throw to the middle and lose the ball forward. The Force clear. Taken on the full inside the 22. Reds. Dummy in the kick is Murray. And he goes to contact on halfway. Held up off the ground. Gets to ground now. Force with hands in. Illegally into the ruck. But doing well to pull away there, resisting the urge. Liner, out the back it goes here, the Reds. Tackled on halfway. 18 minutes gone, 7-0 Force. Liner again takes it to the line. Out the back to Ryan. Pops the pass up, and it's been lost forward by Murray. The fullback looping around. Coming up with a mistake. We need a status update on Dangunu. The Reds just trying to force the issue here a little bit. Not letting the game come to them. They're trying to just overplay their hand a little bit. Scrum down for the Force. "20 minutes gone. This game's racing by. And this one will have to repack. So we've already seen my NRL Vegas prediction video. Michelle's filming one tonight and sending it over to me. So hopefully there'll be a Michelle prediction video up before tomorrow. Because, I mean, she can't do predictions after the game's already happened. So it's kind of got to be tonight. Donaldson in midfield. Dummies holds the pass up nicely, and the Force have got space. Cut out ball over the top to Peach. Back to Greeley. Greeley back to Peach. And Peach drives towards the corner. Half a metre short. Nick White burrows in, tries to get the ball. He's got to watch that boot. Watch that boot on the sideline. And Swain dives over. Darcy Swain gets the try. And the Force have gone back to back. Well, the Western Force, they are the real bloody deal. Is that what is he, oil or mining? That mining mogul. Is he still involved in the Western Force? Old mate that tried to make the breakaway rugby tournament. Oh, nice. You found Bob the Butler on YouTube, the full movie. Very nice. Conversion from the sideline, hooking back around nicely. And a sideline conversion gives the Western Force a 14 points to 0 lead. The Western Force take these guys seriously in 2025. God, jeez, I just sent us back to last year. Didn't mean to send us back to last year, but I just did. Reds now from the restart. Opportunity, McDermott. The liner, inside ball for Murray, and he's been taken out by the referee. Referee Nick Berry with a try saver. Oh, that was brilliant. Nick Berry with the try saver. Fabulous work there. Scrum down for the Reds, the attacking team. 14 points to 0, Western Force. Oh, that was the greatest thing ever. Jabba Jabba 19, ahoy mates. Yes, doing very well, thank you. We were so close to a same game multi last game. One leg short, Bowden Barrett failing to get across the try line. So close. Fingers crossed for this one. 22 and a half minutes gone, 14 points to 0, the Western Force. Question for Two Roses, league or union? Well, I like them both personally, but I prefer rugby union. I prefer playing it, and I prefer watching it. Scrum down here for the Reds. Solid foundation here. They get the penalty advantage. And McDermott opens them up. Out the back to Liner in space. Forward pass across to Dungunu Shorley. Dungunu takes the carry. 15 meters out. McDermott down the short side. Puts the grubber kick in. Needing it to sit up. There's nobody at the back for the Force. And Josh Fluke scores a totally not fluky try. And the Reds have hit back. Thank you very much for the rose, Jibba Jabba 19. But there is no wrong answer when it's personal opinion or personal preference involved. Yeah, it was funny. I love watching rugby league. Big fan, obviously, of the NRL, and it's about 80% of the content of our channel on YouTube. But yeah, I got very, very bored playing rugby league. Very boring game to play. Tom Liner from the sideline puts it over the post. 14 points to 7. The Reds have hit back. Unfortunately, Fluke not in my try scorer multi. We need a Dungunu there as the Reds claim the restart. Down the short side, they attack. Penalty advantage. The Western Force offside. Liner back into midfield. Big defense from the Force, so we will come back for the penalty. Liner with the touch finder. Takes it up over the halfway line. This first half absolutely racing by. Bessler to throw. Goes to the middle of the line out. The Reds secure the ball. Blythe taps it back for Wilson. Wilson charges up the middle. McDermott, the inside ball, opens them up. Seru Uru pops the pass over the top. And Ryan Smith goes 10 metres out. Quick ball. Uru pops it out for Liner, and Liner will score. And the Reds have gone back-to-back. Western Force went back-to-back to start, and the Reds have hit back with double. A conversion attempt now to lock things up. 14-12, kick to come. Oh, we've got another game on our hands here. Another good contest. Deru Uru doing extremely well there to keep the ball alive. Tom Liner and Josh Fluke, the try scorers for the Reds. Well, at least we got Tizano. Tom Liner converts. It's all locked up at 14-all. $14 points apiece. 27 minutes gone. Inside the 22, Wilson. Centre back for McDermott to clear. McDermott doesn't get good contact. And this will be an attacking line-out throw for the Western Force. Jibba Jabba asks, is it football or soccer? Well, I'm from Australia, so it's soccer. It was soccer when I played it as a kid, and it will forever be soccer in this country. No matter how much they try and change it. Even though it makes perfect sense for it to be called football. Because unless you're the goalkeeper or throwing in from the side, then it is quite legitimately football. Defensive line-out throw here for the Reds. They go to the middle uncontested. Told to use it now. Tate McDermott at the back of the ruck. Puts the box kick in. Donaldson takes it 40 out. And Greeley puts the head down and charges forward for the Force. Tizano in midfield. Penalty advantage for the Force. Nick White on the wraparound. Donaldson out to Greeley, who spills it forward and will come back for the penalty. No clear release in contact. And this is right out in front, 20 metres out. A gift 3 points if they want it. Do the Western Force break the deadlock? Decisions. And they are taking the shot. They have decided to take the shot at 3 and break this deadlock. Jason Callaway, ahoy, mate. Donaldson strikes it. Oh, he's pushed it to the right, but it stays just inside the post. He did his best to miss it, but it's over. And Donaldson puts the Force ahead, 17-14. 10 minutes to go until the halftime break. Liner with the restart. Donaldson takes it on the full and clears immediately. Up over halfway. And it's been spilt at the back by Murray. Oh, that's a huge mistake from the Reds. The Force can go straight back on the attack here. They'll have the scrum down 30 meters out. Oh, that's a big mistake. What a let-off there for the Force. A golden opportunity now to stretch this lead. The scrum sets. Nick White feeds. Big shove here from the Reds, but the Force break away. And Hamish Stewart, 25 out in front of the post here. Pasatoa to Donaldson. Donaldson pop pass out to nobody, but it's still there for the Force now. As Harry Potter puts the kick in over the top, needs the bounce. It's there for Greeley, who is driven backwards. 10 out now, the Force. White to Donaldson in midfield. Tizzano fires it across to Pasatoa. Plants the ball back in field. It's still alive. And Stewart goes to ground 10 meters out. The Force on the attack. The Reds trying to call troops over to the far side. The Force with Swain straight up the middle. And a good carry here from Champion. Lost the ball forward. And the Reds have done extremely well there in defense to force the error. Andrew, 230, ahoy. (17-14), the Force, the Reds have brought about the error with solid defense. And they'll have the scrum feed 5 meters out from their own try line. And they can set themselves up for a good exit. A nice, solid exit here. A little injury stoppage. Zane Nongo down for the Reds. Oh, Andrew, absolutely. NRL round 1. NRL round 0, basically. It is, isn't it? Round 0. But yes, the first games, we'll be doing that tomorrow. I'll be doing the Super League game. Wigan versus the Warrington Wolves. I'll be doing the Warriors versus the Raiders. And I'll be doing the Panthers versus the Sharks. The women's game can get in the bin, let's be honest. No one cares about that except for their friends and family and maybe a couple of hundred people. No Six Nations on tonight, Jason Callaway, no. There is a break in Six Nations until 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks' time, it's back on. Scrum down here, the Reds feed. Big shove from the Force. Penalty advantage, though, to the Reds. And McDermott brings it away, puts on the step. McDermott's in space. He's got support from Dungano, and Murray spills it. He went short to Murray, and Murray has dropped it cold. He's got the dropsies here, Murray. Tate McDermott with some fancy footwork. Breaking the Force defense apart. Six minutes to go until the break. And that, I've got to say, that was Dungunu's try. Murray not only dropped the ball, but he just dropped my multi potentially. Because that was Dungunu's try. Scrum down here for the Force. just inside the Reds' half. Force leading by 3, approaching halftime. A very well-deserved lead, it must be said. The Western Force are the real deal in 2025. Short side play. Harry Potter tries to weave some magic, puts the kick in, and it sits up in the end goal for Liner to run it back into the field of play and clear. Not a lot of distance on it, and the Force go quickly. Greeley at the back beats a couple of tacklers. Back now for White to Donaldson in midfield. Tizano with the cutout pass. Lost forward there by Dylan Peach. And it will be a Reds scrum down. Oh, they've come back for a penalty, I think. Oh, no, knock on by the Reds. They've come back for a knock on. First knock on by the Reds. Well, that was a long knock on advantage, it must be said. And the Force can stay on the attack here. 30 meters out. Over on that far side of the field. Jason Callaway, I don't think James O'Connell would be any threat of being selected for Australia at this stage of his career anyway, but I'm pretty sure that the same rules do apply. But yeah, I really don't think he'd be getting picked anyway. I wouldn't be surprised, actually, if he's retired from international rugby, to be honest. Loose ball here. And Stewart puts the kick through. Sits up at the back for Murray. Murray clears. Down to the Force 22. And this one sits up now eventually for Greeley. Greeley looks to counter. Gets away from Murray. Brings it up to the 40-meter line. Reds in over the top of this. Looking for the turnover. Still there, though, for the Force. Potter goes to ground. 45 out. White sets it up in midfield. Paddy Hearn, thank you very much for the rose. Told to use it. Nick White's got it at the back of the ruck. Look for the box kick. There it is. White puts it high. Contestable kick. Flying through there is Peach. And Peach wrangles down the fullback. Murray, Wilson now. Pops the pass up for Seru Uru. The Reds up towards halfway. Ball spills out the side of the ruck, but clearly offside there. Never retreated the Force number 8. And a penalty to the Reds on the halfway line. Try scorers have been, for the Force, Darcy Swain and Carlo Tizano. And for the Reds, Tom Liner and Josh Fluke. Liner puts this into touch just outside the 22. The Reds to go on the attack. $30 meters out over on that far touch line. Line out throw here for Fessler. Mookie, ahoy mate. How are you? Reds throw uncontested to the middle. Straight down off the line out they go. And into midfield for Pakeho. And Fraser McWright with a strong carry. 22 out now. Seru Uru inside ball. To Liner out to Dangunu who drops it. And Hamish Stewart will clear. Aimless kick. And a counter-attacking opportunity here for the Reds. But Pakeho well tackled. They're still inside the Force half here, the Reds. They're still good field position. McDermott to Liner onto Uru again. He's had a strong game so far. Less than a minute to go till the halftime break. Liner pops the pass up. Pakeho nearly gets on the outside. Numbers down the short side. McDermott goes straight up the middle, though. Where's his support? No one with him. Plants it back now. Quick ruck ball. Murray puts the grubber kick through, and it's going to sit up in the end goal. It's going to go too deep, actually. And Murray is not having a good night. Not having a good night at all. This little kick through gone too far. And a let off for the Force. They come back for the scrum on their own 22. Time is up on the clock. The siren sounds. Tom Liner wants, and fair enough too, Tom Liner questioning the head-on-head contact there in the tackle. No movement from the TMO. Scrum down for the Reds. For the Force, sorry. Just inside their own 22. Time is up on the clock. They will surely just plug this into touch and take the halftime break, and that's what they do. Nick White slams it up into the stands. 17 points to 14. The Western Force leading at the halftime break. A solid first half for the Reds. A mixed bag. Lots of mistakes. But anybody's game here at the halftime break. I would have the Western Force, though. I mean, obviously, they're just ahead on the scoreboard. I have the Western Force just ahead in terms of momentum and being in front in this game as well. 17-14 at the break. And we'll have a quick break here ourselves on the Western World of Sports. And be right back after this. Second half to come. Ahoy, Blake. How are you? How are you, Blake? Halftime here, 17-14. The Western Force over the Reds. Solid first half performance from the home side, the Reds. A lot to work on here in the second. Some disappointing handling, especially from the fullback Murray. The Waratahs don't play this weekend. The Waratahs have the bye here in week 3. So the next Waratahs game will be... Oh, sorry. They played yesterday. Don't mind me. I'm a stupid idiot. Yeah, the Waratahs played yesterday. I got mistaken because I thought I took Swalihi out of my fantasy team because he's injured. Yeah, so the Waratahs played yesterday, defeating the Fijian Drua 29-24. Next Waratahs game will be against the Force next Saturday. Oh, the Warriors. The Wars, as in the Warriors. Tomorrow morning against the Raiders. My bad. Sorry, I'm in rugby union mode at the moment. $17-14 here at the halftime break. The Western Force in the lead. Try scorers, Paddy Hearn, Carl Tazzano, and Darcy Swain for the Force. Tom Liner and Josh Fluke for the Reds. Just a penalty goal, the difference between the two teams. And a lot of work to do here in the second half for my multi. Not been a good day for the multis. Well, hopefully NRL tomorrow will set that on the right path. A course correction. Get things trending back in the right way. Fingers crossed. Mr. Ed's dead. Hey, you should stop putting yourself down. Hey, it's, you know Conan O'Brien? Conan O'Brien's one of my comedic idols. It's what we do. We don't mean it. It's just our humor is very, poke fun at yourself. My spirit knows that I'm not being serious, Mr. Ed's dead. Believe me. But I appreciate the kind words nonetheless, my friend. Jason Calloway says, did Damian McKenzie replace him then to be in your fantasy team? Hasn't he been playing really good? He has been, yeah. Damian McKenzie's not in my fantasy team. No, my replacement for Swalihi was Anton Leonard-Brown, which also was a very good choice tonight. Anton Leonard-Brown made an absolute pile of points. Fighting my way back in the fantasy competition, actually. Wasted World of Sports, NRL, and Super Rugby Fantasy and Tipping. Free to join for 2025. wastedsports.com.au is our official website. And there you will find links to all our free to join tipping and fantasy leagues for this season. And let's actually use this halftime break and we'll have a quick little check-in. On my fantasy team. Let's have a look. So, Bowden Barrett, I made him captain. He didn't have the greatest of nights. This game, Tizano has already racked up a good score for me. Swain as well. I had Tizano and Swain in my team. Paisami Wright as well. What can he come up with in the second half? But overall, not bad. Not bad. Let's see how I'm doing in the league. The Wasted Water Sports League. Oh, I've lost some ground. But I'm only... I'm just under 200 points behind first place. And I've just lost some ground here in this round. Gonna be tight. Gonna be tight. But 17 points to 14, the home team getting the job done just at the moment. Pretty even Stevens, I would say, in possession. Not a lot of play down in the Force 22. That's what I can't help but notice here about the territory stats. Not a lot of play at all in the Force danger zone. But the Reds have still managed to take 2 tries off them. Both their tries, in fairness, have been kind of long distance, so that does make a whole lot of sense. But the Force have been dominating the territory stats. Will 3 points be enough in that case? Well, it certainly will be if they continue on in the second half the way they've played the first. There'll be no concerns. Oh, and here is an advertising promo for NRL in Vegas. All the action bright and early, live tomorrow morning. I made the commitment to get up for the Super League game. And then we'll be doing the Warriors versus the Raiders. And then a little break before the Sharks and the Panthers. And if you are into the Rugby League over there on the YouTube channel, do feel free to check out the tips and predictions video that I did for Vegas round 1. Very much looking forward to that tomorrow. But still, 40 minutes of action to get through here before we worry about that. Second half will be up right after this break on the Wasted Water Sports. Thanks for being with us. Rebel Nuts, ahoy, mate. Oh, geez. I've got to be honest. I really like the look of the Western Force this year. They have just got it together. I feel like the Western Force might win. I've tipped the Reds. And I've got quite a few... Got a couple of players in my fantasy team. So I wouldn't mind the Reds winning. Just the Force look good. They have come out firing in 2025. And they've looked pretty solid here in the first half as well, taking the fight to the Queensland Reds. And really dominating territory. They probably should be further ahead, to be honest. Testament, I suppose, to the Reds' defense that they're still in this game. But anyway, 40 minutes left to play. A whole half. Anything could happen. Second half ready to get underway. Just the penalty goal between them. Teams out for the second half. Best defensive effort in that first half was definitely by Nick Berry, the referee. Made a great hit. Big second half incoming. Super Rugby. Boy, it has been delivering here in 2025. We've seen some great games. And it seems like this one's going down to the wire as well. Second half underway. Referee blows his whistle. The Force with the kickoff. And the Reds spill it forward. Not a good start. Terrible start to the second half here for the Reds. And the Force goes straight back on the attack. Tazzano rocked in the tackle. Gets it back for White, though, to Greeley. On it goes through the back line. Donaldson, inside ball. Pasatoa. Sets it up here. 45 out. The Force on the attack. Straight away. Robinson. Reds in over the top. And secure the turnover penalty. Seru Uru. Brilliant work. He has been immense on attack, and now he's getting involved defensively too. McLaughlin Phillips is on the field and puts it into touch. 22 out from the Force line. And immediately a chance to attack here for the Reds. And they can all say thank you, Seru Uru, for this opportunity. Fessler with the throw. Goes to the front, stolen by the Force. Well, they've cocked up the line out now, the Reds. And the Force have it at the back. Donaldson. Onto Dolly. Sets up another ruck. Nick White back in play now. Setting up the box kick. Got lots of protection there. White brings it out and keeps it low and flat and up towards halfway. 45 meters out. Oh, well. The touchy has not given him all that much distance at all. The Reds will have this line-out throw about 35 meters out from the Force line. And a free kick to the Reds. The line-out didn't even get to be thrown. And they got the free kick there. McDermott taps. Goes to McLaughlin Phillips, and they've lost it. Well, two passes, and they've spilt it. And that sums it up for the Reds tonight. They have been abysmal. A free kick. Kate McDermott taps. Passes to McLaughlin Phillips. Passes to Ryan Smith, who spills the ball cold. No contact. Just dropped it cold. Scrum down here for the Force. And that was incredibly, incredibly poor. The scrum for the Force sets. Nick White feeds. And he has it at the back of the scrum. Dummies open side, goes short side, puts the grubber kick through. Wanting it to sit up and stay in field, and it does, but the Reds can counter-attack here. Murray runs over the top of 1, 2, beats a third. He's got support. Pops the pass for McDermott. Inside it goes, and Fluke gets a double. Josh Fluke gets a double, and out of nowhere, the Reds reclaim the lead. Murray has had such a disaster of a game so far, but he has opened up the Force here on the counter-attack. 1 tackle, 2, beats a third. And the pop pass for McDermott, perfectly timed. And McDermott just draws in Greeley with the pass back on the inside for Fluke to get a double. The Queensland Reds back in the lead. 19-17, the kick to come. Conversion successful from right in front. 21-17, the Reds out of nowhere. Well, that poor start to the second half has suddenly turned into a dream for the Queensland Reds. Force goes short with the restart. And flying through the air is Dungunu. Takes it above his head. Now the Force driving over the top. And it's there for the Force. They've successfully turned this over. Well, a great take from Dungunu is undone. The Reds not getting numbers there to the ruck. Pasatoa inside the Reds territory. Western Force on the attack. Pierce, a strong carry. Donaldson on halfway. Pops the pass up for Sam Carter in midfield. 45 out here, the Force. Donaldson to Stewart. Down this near edge, they attack the Reds. Try to counter ruck. But it's no good. Still there for the Force. Now they attack the left edge. Harry Potter steps back in field. Not a lot of meters being made here. Nick White has it at the back. Donaldson puts it high. Shanks it off the side of the boot, but still gets a lot of distance. And it's taken by Peach. Peach still fighting, but Dungunu has hold of him. Brings him to ground. 22 out. Donaldson in midfield. Sends it on to Pierce. Pierce steps inside. Gets the pass around the back to Swain. 10 meters out here. The Force attack the short side. And Tazano looking for a second. 5 meters out from the line. The Force trailing by 4. Still there for them. Tazano with the pick and go. 5 meters out still. Robertson. The pick and go is the option. Keeping it tight here, the Force. Again, the pick and go. A meter short. Trying to draw in a penalty advantage. The Reds' defense holds firm. Robertson drives for the line. Robertson is short by half a meter. And the Force must be close here. Held up over the line. Great goal line defense. The Reds. Seru Uru and Angus Blythe managed to hold the ball up. Goal line dropout. Immaculate defense there from the Reds. Nathan, Australia. Ahoy, mates. Welcome back. What's the tips? Well, once again, my same game try scorer multi looks to be falling horrendously short. We've got one leg, at least one leg off that. And the force now back inside the 22 on the attack. White down the short side it goes. Champion plants it back. Right in front of the post here, the force inside the 22. White sends it left. And they've spilt the ball forward there, Princep. And it's here for the Reds to counter. Knock-on advantage will be over. And dummying and going straight through a big gap is Fluke. Oh, he's had a good game. The Reds just inside force territory. All offside. Penalty advantage. Tate McDermott now. Out it goes to Smith, who fires it back for McDermott. And a big charge forward there from Delutals. I don't know what his name is. McDermott finds space around the ruck. Pops it back again. Buchanan still there for the Reds. Uru down the short side, puts the kick through. Into touch it goes. And we'll come back for the penalty. Now, this is kickable. Is it kickable? Let's see where the mark is. Nick Berry goes 45 metres out, just to the right of post. Kickable. They haven't had a whole lot of the ball, though, the Reds, in these last 5 minutes, so they'll probably put this to the corner. Well, it's on the halfway line. It's right out in front, 50 metres out. They'll put this into the corner. It's a long shot. And, oh, big injury concerns here. Who's this coming off the field? He won't be back. The medic is carrying him off the field. Who's this? Josh Fluke. The double try scorer. The penetrating runner. With 30 minutes to play, one of the Queensland Reds' best tonight is leaving the field. Well, that is not a good sign there for the Reds. Josh Fluke, a standout in this game so far. Reds with the line-out throw. Go to the middle and secure the ball. Just. It was very messy. There was a juggle there in the middle of the line-out. Somebody's lost their headgear as well. Big defense on Wilson. 50 minutes gone. Reds on the attack. 30 meters out in midfield. Driven backwards here. The force look to counter ruck. Still there for the Reds. Uru, out the back it goes now. And nice strong carry from Fraser McWright. 30 meters out. Canham. Happy to just set up another ruck. Draw in some defenders. Short side they go. Phillips. McDermott goes quickly. And Canham again. Penalty advantage in center field here. 25 out. Dungunu bumps off one. Taken down by the second. Still standing in the tackle there. Dungunu. Penalty advantage here for the Reds. 8 phases. Canham is rocked backwards. McDermott. Now Phillips, the wraparound. And Pakeho cuts back in field. Wilson, the inside ball to Uru. Pops the pass back up. And Phillips was lurking on the inside, but can't hold on to it. Spills it forward. They will come back for the penalty. Now this is a lot closer. 25 out, just to the left of the post. Take the 3 here. Oh, they're going to put it into the corner. The Reds, well, Super Rugby has no intention of 3-pointers. And Phillips puts it into the... He's overcooked it, Phillips. Should have taken the 3. Should have taken the 3. Harry McLaughlin Phillips puts it dead in goal. So it will be scrum down here for the Force. That is a huge mistake. A complete waste of an opportunity when they could have taken the 3 to open up a 7-point margin. That is a huge let-off. .53.5 gone. Western Force with the scrum feed. 25 out from their own line. A huge let-off. The scrum sets. Force with the feed. Scrum collapses, but play on, says Nick Berry. He doesn't care. There's so many knock-ons, yes, but no rain. Sunshine is out there in Perth. A beautiful sunny day. No excuse for all these errors. Donaldson puts the ball high. And Murray takes it on the full. He's got Dungunu on halfway. Bounces away from 1. Taken down in the second effort. Loses ground. And the Reds are back inside their own territory by 5 meters. Smith straight up the middle. McDermott falls over. Phillips out the back to Anderson, who's been very quiet. That's the first time I think I've said his name. McDermott now to Blake. They're losing ground here. The Reds, backwards they go. McDermott down the short side. And Tim Ryan losing ground again. Now McLaughlin Phillips says, let's just get out of here. Thumps it down. Taken on the full in the 22 by Donaldson, who now returns the kick. Straight down the middle. McLaughlin Phillips looking for space. Bounces it into touch. A beautiful kick. He got a nice little hook on that, McLaughlin Phillips. And that's a net gain for the Reds. The Force will have the line-out throw 30 meters out from their own try line. And we have a quick injury stoppage here before the line-out is taken. A chance for me to have a quick break too. Be right back. So scrum down. Western Force will have the feed, but injury timeout here. Ryan Coxon is the player that's down for the Force, getting attended to. And we'll see the Queensland Reds holding on to a slender 4-point lead And there is still 24 minutes to play. .24 minutes left. Force, throw to the middle and secure the line-out ball. Pass back into the 22 for the clearing kick. Stewart gets good purchase on this. Bounces it in behind the Reds defense and it finds touch. A 50-22. The Force will have the line-out throw 10 meters out from the try line. What a turnaround in that one play. Hamish Stewart has kicked the ever-living bollocks out of this. From just outside his own 22, finding touch inside the Reds 22. What a kick. Forced to go back on the attack straight away. Pangaramosa finds his target, wraps around, links up with Stewart, pops the pass back inside. It's been tapped down, and the Reds can now counter. Boot to ball, and a couple of bounces into touch, and the Force have been turned around. They've lost all that yardage. And discussion about whether this ball was knocked on off the Reds. Let's have a look. Hamish Stewart. It's off the head. Play on. A Falcon. And the Reds have cleared their own line here. Force on the back foot. End-to-end stuff here through the boot. Well, that was a forward pass, probably. That might be the one that they have to look at. It's play on, though. Force. Donaldson. From inside the 22, puts it high down the middle of the ground. Reds take the ball. And McDermott's got it on halfway for the Reds. Inside ball. Nathan Australia, you had the Force to win by 10. Plenty of time left, mate. 23 minutes. McDermott has it at the back. And a short pop ball for Wilson. Spills out the back of the ruck. Phillips, wrangled down in the tackle, not held, gets up, goes again. 30 meters out now. The Reds on the attack. Short side they go. Wilson to Fraser McWright, who drops his beans. Well, how much dropped ball have we seen out there tonight? And Fraser McWright, the latest culprit. Some extremely poor ball handling. A big let-off here for the Western Force. They'll have the scrum. You could indeed feel the drop coming. It's hard to know why, because conditions absolutely perfect out there. As the scrum sets, Force secure the ball. Stewart onto Pasitoa. Up towards halfway they go. Staying on the short side. Harry Potter pops it onto Peach. Peach bumps off one. He's held up in the tackle. Offloads back for Potter. Going to ground now. 40 out from the try line. Force still in possession here. 20 minutes to go. Anybody's game, this one. And a big charge forward there from Coxon. Down the left-hand edge now. Harry Potter steps back in field. Held up in the tackle. Now they must release as it goes to ground. Staying on the short side here, the Force. They've got numbers, but the cutout pass negates that. Peach stepping back in field. Taken down, 22 out from the line. Here they come now, the Western Force. Still there in midfield. Quick ruck ball. And almost opening up there for the number 21. Leilawasa, I believe his name is. Force. 15 meters out now. In front of the post, Harris takes it to within 10. The Reds look to counter ruck there and steal the ball. But it's still here for the Force. The chant breaks out around the stadium for the home team. Pangaramosa rumbles it up. Harris, 10 meters out. Robertson sets up the ruck now in front of the posts. Pangaramosa again tries to burrow his way under. Reds in, looking to steal, but now it's still there for the Force. Coxon, 7 meters out. Pangaramosa again. The defense gets in underneath him and shuts him down. 5 meters out here. The Force, 17 phases. Incredible ball retention. But, I mean, they're not really trying anything either. Now they've lost it forward. Well, wouldn't you know, the commentator's curse strikes. I've just given them a pat on the back for their ball retention. 17 phases. And then a simple dropped ball at the back of the ruck. Huge defense from the Reds. But in fairness, the Western Force just one out from the ruck. Pick and goes. Pop passes. Not really trying anything. Easy to defend. And the Reds will have the scrum inside their own 22. Well, they just needed to try more there, the Western Force, I believe. Not really threatening the Reds' defensive line with anything at all. "62 minutes gone. The Reds hold on to that 4-point advantage. A scrum down 5 meters out from their own line. The Reds beat. And we don't even get to set before referee Nick Berry says, we'll have this one over again, boys. Let's try again. "18 minutes to go. They crouch, bind, set, McDermott, penalty to the Reds here. Straight down there, the Force. Straight down, right in front of referee Nick Berry, over on his side. And a simple decision for him. Penalty to the Reds. McLaughlin Phillips with the touch finder, only 30 meters out. Not a lot of distance. They are still not out of the danger zone here, the Reds. And Josh Nasser, a big line-out throw here. 63 and a half gone. Nasser goes to the middle. Uncontested ball there for the Reds. And they open it up in midfield now. McDermott to Phillips, and Dungunu now puts the kick in over the top of the Force. Deflecting it back inside their own 22. Pressure on now as the Reds chase through. Dungunu slips on his ass. And Donaldson gets the clearing kick away. Not a lot of distance made. It's a net gain here for the Reds. They'll have the line-out throw 40 out. Or less than that, 35 out from the Force line. Golden opportunity here for the Reds to put some distance on this scoreboard. And, the TMO has got involved. And the line-out will now come back just outside the 22. The ball appeared to be tapped back in field by Hamish Stewart at the back. It's been deemed that he was in touch. And this is a much better position now for the Reds. Right on the 22, they'll get the line out throw. And Nick Berry at the moment, issues with his earpiece. Issues with the audio. So this will be a little bit of a stoppage, a little bit of a timeout. They'll get the technical crew out onto that one. Attacking line out throw now for the Reds. Leading by 4. 15 minutes remain. Still time off here. Nick Berry getting his audio adjustments done. We know all about audio issues here at the Wasted World of Sports. Can take some time to figure out well, it could be a lengthy delay here. Because if there is an issue with the audio equipment, they'll have a replacement on standby. But if you've seen what the referees wear, it's got to be all plugged in and fitted into the gear. So it could be a little bit of a delay. The British and Irish Lions, of course, on their way to Australia. You'd have to think the Lions get the win there. Okay. Nope, we're not ready to roll just yet. Time off for the audio issues. Oh, boy. I might take this opportunity for a quick break myself. There we go. He's getting patched in now. Referee Nick Berry. Seems like he's got a new audio set up. And ready to go once more. Okay, so 15 minutes to go. And it is an attacking lineout throw here for the Reds. 15 meters out from the forced try line. Leading by 4. A great opportunity to put one hand on victory here. Throw to the front of the lineout. Uru comes down with it. And the rolling maul is set in motion. Here come the Reds. Five meters out now, breaking away from the maul. And they've lost it forward. Play on as the Force come away with it. Ripped away. And back it goes for the clearance. Hamish Stewart from inside his own goal line. Not a lot of distance, so it's still on here for the Reds. Just outside the 22, they'll have this line-out throw. Opportunity here for the Reds. Still haven't got themselves a lot of territory inside the Force danger zone. They claimed the line out, but they've gone backwards. It's still there, though. McDermott just sends it one out from the ruck. 14 minutes remain. Uru with a strong carry. Dragged backwards in the tackle, though, and the Force now driving over the top. The Western Force with the turnover. And they can counter-attack now. Numbers out here on the near edge. Harry Potter steps back in field. Gets the offload away for Stewart. To Zano. To Greeley. Cuts back in field. 35 out now. Big defense from Dungunu. But illegally taps it backwards on the ground. Rakes it back. And a penalty to the Force. Donaldson puts it into the corner. Here come the Western Force. Attacking line out inside the 22. All from a spilt ball. The Reds were on the attack. Dropped ball. Simple dropped ball. And now they find themselves under pressure. 10 meters out from the line. The Force with the line out throw. Here on this near touchline. A golden opportunity to attack. Pangaramosa, a big throw, goes to the middle, uncontested. Rolling maul is set. The Reds get in and drive backwards. Pangaramosa's got it at the back. 5 meters out from the line. Still there for Pangaramosa. Still there. 2 meters short. Tazano picks and goes. Half a meter out there, Tazano. Lays it back, and they keep it in tight to the ruck. Just short. Still there for the Force. Close to the line, but the defense, the Reds pile in. Tazano goes over for a second. Tazano at the back of the ruck gets a second. And the Western Force take the lead. With 12 minutes to play, the Force have taken the lead. Carlo Tazano, the try-scoring machine. And he's bagged another one. The pick and go was the option. Nathan Australia, thank you very much for the Rosa. Cheers. Donaldson from just to the right of the post puts it down the middle, and the Western Force lead 24-21. 10 minutes left. 3 points the difference. Does anyone want to predict a draw? Could it be a draw? Reds with the restart. And the Force clear immediately. Upfield, back up over halfway. That's a huge kick. A great exit. Up over halfway. Hem Prasad says Force will win. Sean Hewitt says hi from New Zealand. Ahoy there, Sean. Nice to see you again, mate. Nathan Australia says, hopefully force one more converted try. But it is the Reds with the throw. That is not straight. And it's there for Pangaramosa. Bats it back with the foot. And the Force have it on halfway. Right over on that far touchline. And the Reds have fallen apart here. It seemed like they'd got their act together. But they've fallen to pieces here. Back for Donaldson to clear. Puts it high down the middle of the field. Tapped back by the Reds. It's loose. It sits up for the Force, does it? No, well scooped up by the Reds. And throwing the ball back into the Force defender to earn the line out was a smart play there from Canham. Knew he was going into touch, so fires it back in field. And gets it into touch off the Force. 9 minutes to go. 3 points the difference. Reds claim it in the middle of the line out. Wraparound play for McDermott, who is absolutely cleaned up after the pass. But McLaughlin Phillips fights his way up over halfway. Found a half gap in midfield. Down the short side now. Fraser McWright is rocked in the tackle. What a huge hit. But the Reds still have the ball on halfway. Harry Wilson goes straight up the middle. McLaughlin Phillips again. Out the back it goes to Murray. Inside ball for Dungunu. Gets the arms free. Uru spills it forward. Gets the boot to it just in the nick of time. But it is still there for the Force now. The Force can counter. Donaldson bumps off one. Penalty advantage. And the Force looking for options. Far left they go for Dylan Peach. Cuts back in field. Penalty to the Force. No advantage given. And this is a huge let-off with 8 minutes to go. A piggyback upfield. And now we've lost a player to cramp. Who's this down for the Force? One of the players down. Up the NRL, surely the Western Force win from here. The Queensland Reds have completely fallen apart. Touch finder here for the Force. Takes them about 38 out from the Reds try line. The Western Force, with a win here, if they hold on, will be second on the ladder after 3 weeks. Can you believe that? The Western Force, second on the ladder. Not second from the bottom, second from the top. Can you believe it? When has that ever happened? Terzano. Straight up the middle. Some good meters made. They're 25 meters out here, the Force in midfield. Attacking left. Harris goes into contact. Bringing it back open side. Donaldson to Stewart. Caught in midfield. Lost a couple of meters here. 25 out. Pangaramosa goes to ground. A stacked short side here for the Reds. And it's easily repelled. And they've lost the ball here, the Force. Well, the errors are insane. The Reds play on, though, and they've got quick ruck ball here. The Reds up to halfway. The counter-attack is good. Pakeho bumps off one, and they go inside Force territory. 40 meters out from the try line. Space in around the ruck now. McLaughlin Phillips gets up and goes again. 25 out. Donaldson in. Trying to wrestle the ball away. It's still there for the Reds, though. Down the short side, McLaughlin Phillips. 22 out from the line on that far touch. Canham pops the pass up. Well defended, though, by the Force. 5 phases. And keeping them on the 22-meter line. Staying on the short side. DeLutis. Again, they go blindside. Losing the ball now, and the counter-attack is on. The Force pump it upfield. Nobody at the back here for the Reds. A lot of blue jerseys chasing through, putting pressure on, but the Reds get back for it. And now the counter-attack is on. Tim Ryan returns to the 30-meter line, but they've lost a lot of ground here, the Reds. Wilson with a strong carry. Loose out the back of the ruck, and the clearing kick is made by Thomas. Looking for a 50-22 and bounces just back in field. And it's collected by the Force. Bury clears. Bounces it inside the 22. Plenty of Reds to back there. And the clearing kick from Pakeho into touch. Just over the halfway line. 4 minutes to go. The Western Force have the line-out throw. Leading by 3. Just inside their own half. Here we go, the business end of the game. Panguramosa with the throw. 5 meters inside their own half here, the Force. Throws to the middle. Swain taps it down. And Hamish Stewart has it now in midfield. Up to halfway. Down the short side, Donaldson. Pops the pass up for Champion. Just inside the Reds' territory. 3 minutes left. Tackler must release. Told to use it. Force have it at the back of the ruck. And the box kick goes straight up in the air. It's actually blown backwards. And they've taken it exactly where the kick was made, the Force. Now they get the second kick in. It sits up for the Reds. Numbers here to the left for the Reds to counter. But straightening was Pakeho and going into contact. Penalty knocked backwards by the Reds. I thought referee Nick Berry was signalling a penalty advantage. Dungunu on halfway. Can't get the arms free. Can't make the break. Murray in midfield. 40 meters out now. The Reds, 2 minutes left. They need a penalty at least to salvage a draw. And there is the penalty advantage. And now McLaughlin Phillips is taken out. Another player taken out off the ball. And will come back for a penalty. 40 meters out, right in front. And we'll have an injury stoppage here. 2 players for the Reds have been taken illegally. McLaughlin Phillips, first of all, taken high. From Swain here, right around the jaw, and then taken off the ball. Was George Blake, I think it was. 40 meters out, bang in front. It is certainly kickable. They have to try. 40 meters out, right in front of the posts. And there's going to be a yellow card here against Darcy Swain. It is kickable, and they've got to take the shot, don't they? Still got time off, says referee Nick Berry. They're checking a few things, and they are checking where the ball landed. Because the penalty is on the kicker. Therefore, the penalty will be where the ball landed. And that's also potentially head-on-head contact there. 2 upright in the tackle. Hamish Stewart's in trouble. There's a few Force players here in trouble. There's a penalty. Head-on-head contact. Darcy Swain with the high shot on McLaughlin Phillips. Time is back on, and the penalty to the Reds. 40 metres out, right in front. A minute and a half to go. They're going to put it in the corner. The Reds are coming for the win. 40 metres out, right in front. It was certainly kickable, but they have put it into the corner. They are going for all the glory here. They don't want to share the chocolates. The Reds have gone all or nothing on this play. A line out on this near touchline, 10 metres out. A minute to play. They had no interest in the draw. They'd rather lose. Throw to the front of the line out is secure. The rolling maul is set. Here they come now, the Reds. George Blake has it at the back. It's released. And straight up the middle goes Thomas. A metre short. And the Reds are over. Dungunu. Dungunu scores. Dungunu scores the match winner for the Reds. A second tick off the multi for whatever it's worth. And Dungunu has barged over the line. The Queensland Reds have stolen this match. A penalty 40 metres out, right in front, would have been an opportunity to tie the ball game. They weren't interested. They wanted the win. And it's Dungunu who burrows over. The Queensland Reds have stolen it. The siren sounds in the background. The Queensland Reds conversion attempt from Thomas is successful. And the Reds have won 28 points to 24. $28 points to 24. The Reds have quite literally stolen victory. A brave decision. A brave decision to put it into the corner. There was an opportunity to tie the game. They had no desire, no interest. They wanted the win. And they pulled it off. Well, we got half the multi. Been a bit of a stinker of a day for the SGMs. 0 legs in the first game, 1 in the second game, and 2 in this game. No, actually, we got 2 in the last game, didn't we? We just missed out on Bowden Barrett. But we missed out on a couple here in this one. Wow. The Queensland Reds were dominated. Like, I'll bring up on the screen here the territory. Look at that. The territory was dominated by the Western Force. Only 4% of the play was inside their 22. That can't be right. I feel like that just hasn't updated. All right, let's see if we can hit a refresh on that. I'll see if we can hit a refresh on that and see if it updates. 4% seems wait. No, okay, it's refreshed. So that's it. Actually, has it gone down? It's gone down. So 3% of the play has been inside the Force 22. How have the Reds won this game? Unbelievable. Well, the Western Force, it's fair to say that they have let this one slip big time. 2 ticks off the multi. Not bad. Oh, boy. A massive triple header of Super Rugby action here tonight. And we saw 3 incredible games, right? 3 great games. All of them went down to the wire. It's been a hell of a season so far. Looking forward to it continuing. The Queensland Reds dealing a win here off the Western Force. All right, Wasted Water Sports. Quick break. And we'll be back to close things off here for the night right after this. Down to the wire. 28-24. The Reds with the victory in the end. Right at the death. Dungunu barging over for the try. Wasted Water Sports, thank you so much for your company. Intercept says Swain. Darcy Swain can't control his dirty play instincts, giving away the penalty that lost the game. 100%. Darcy Swain has got to cop a lot of the blame for that, for sure. Completely unnecessary. Because the Force would have had the ball back. It was unnecessary for that swinging arm. Anyway, Wasted Water Sports, thank you so much. We've seen 3 incredibly good games here tonight. And we'll be back bright and early tomorrow for NRL. Las Vegas. Kicking off with the Super League, actually. I'll be doing the Super League. I'll be doing the Warriors versus the Raiders. And I'll be doing the Panthers versus the Sharks. McGregor, not the Todd. Orchard, ahoy, mate. Just in time for the sign-off. Because, yes, I've got an early start tomorrow, the NRL in Las Vegas. It's a brutal starting time for me, 7:30 in the AM. I need to get myself off to sleep and be ready to go bright and early in the morning. NRL kicking off tomorrow in Las Vegas. Raiders versus the Warriors. Sharks versus the Panthers. And the Wigan Warriors versus the Warrington Wolves. Had to think about that one. In the Super League. 3 big games coming up tomorrow morning. Bright and early. Hope to see you there. The NRL is back. Looking forward to it. And we'll catch you then. Thank you so much for your company in this one. As always, appreciate it. And hopefully catch you tomorrow. Until then, cheers.